Justice with Judge Mablean will be life because in everything we do, it involves the law.
You came to court to testify about what you heard, what you saw, and what you know.
She's fair.
I don't have a hearing problem. This ear works good, this one works even better.
She's firm.
I'm not responsible for that ticket, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Who says you're not going to pay for it? I make that decision, not you.
She's honest.
What you have to say?
All I have to
Nothing.
say.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean. Joseph Cantaloni is suing Freddie Figington in the amount of $1,185. Mr. Cantaloni claims Mr. Figington keyed his car after accusing him of taking the defendant's parking spot.
You're suing him for $1,185, and what are you alleging?
I'm a butcher at this local grocery store, and I have to get there early on Saturdays because everyone's there. It's the weekend, and everyone's getting their groceries, and it's super packed, and it's a really small lot. So I always get there early, and on the day in question, I've been pacing around like 25 minutes, and I'm waiting for a spot, and then I have this diagram. Can I approach the board?
Please.
Basically, so this is me, and this spot is also filled. It's all filled up, and this red car is Mr. Figington, the defendant.
The red one?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
So I'm here, and I'm just waiting because, like, after I've been driving around a whole bunch, the best strategy is, I've been doing this 5 years. The best strategy is you just go and you look at the grocery store so that when someone comes out, you just follow them to their car. And I'm like out of time. So I see this lady, and she's coming up, and she's walking straight towards my section. I'm like, perfect. So she gets in this green car, and she.
Which green car?
Oh, sorry, this one. And so she gets in, she unloads her bags, and then she pulls out, and I guess, Mr. Figington.
No, don't guess.
Okay. Well, okay, then I'll
just. You have to tell me what you saw.
Yes,
ma'am. I don't need you guessing.
Yes, ma'am. So this car comes out like this, and I just pull into a spot.
You pulled forward.
Yes, and then this car, drove away.
So you're sitting there waiting. The
Yes,
lady comes out of the grocery store. I see the grocery store. Mr. Figington is the red car.
Yes, ma'am.
She went forward.
Yeah.
And then you pulled on ahead and went in.
Yes, ma'am. So I just parked my car.
When you parked your car, where is Mr. Figington?
In this red car still.
He's still there?
Yes. And basically what happens is, like, this car drives away, then this car, I'm still in my car finishing up a phone call, and then this car goes out, and he just pulls into this spot, like, moments later, like, just a little bit later. So I'm still in my car, just on the phone, and he gets out, and he starts screaming at me, and I'm like, what? And he's pulled
What
up.
is he screaming?
I don't know at first, but he's mad about eventually.
What is he screaming?
You took my spot.
Because if you don't know what he's screaming, you don't know that he's mad.
Well, sorry, I just mean, like, at first I was like, whoa, who's yelling right next to me? And I didn't know about what, but it was a lot. But yeah, then I learned it was about the spot.
So while you're still in the car, he came up to your car and started screaming, you took my spot.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then what happened?
So, and sorry, this is what I was confused about telling you, but, like, I just heard screaming, and I opened my door, and I'm like trying to be careful when I get out, but it does contact, and it does contact, I'll be honest, it contacts the side of his car, but it doesn't even make a scratch.
Out of the car or still in the car?
Out of the car.
Okay.
And so he's yelling everything, and, like, that's part, like, I'm kind of, like, startled, like, obviously, like, I got to get out of my car, like, I can't take forever. Someone's yelling at me, and I don't want to be stuck in there. And anyway, I get out, and I immediately apologize for that. Like, I don't know what situation I'm walking into, and there's no mark on his car, by the way. Like, it was totally fine. But he's screaming at me about me taking the spot. And
so not about you hitting his car, about you taking the spot.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
And
okay. So then what happened?
So then, so we're arguing right there, and he's just going off on me, like, you took my spot, like, that's my spot, and very quickly, Your Honor, I see that, like, this is a level of rage that's not common. Like this was alarming. I was startled by this, and at first I'm like, sorry.
Okay,
but
so then what happened?
So we're arguing about the spot, and I know that, like, I'm not leaving this guy alone with my truck. I'm not going to walk in first and it's like, oh, cool. I wait for him to go in, and so he goes in. And then I go into work, and then first chance I get on my smoke break, I say, I'm gonna check on my truck. And I come out there, lo and behold, the side of it is keyed on not only the passenger side door, but the second door right behind that one too.
Let me hear your version.
So, Your Honor, first off, I don't owe Mr. Cataloni anything. Like,
Well, that's what you say, but you don't know that yet.
Yeah, but it's just he has no proof. And for me, let's start off.
Let me just tell you something really quickly. If that's your defense, you might as well just hush and let me make my decision. That he has no proof. Because if he didn't have anything, he wouldn't be in court. Because words alone, if believed by me, the trier of fact, is proof.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
And then that person.
And you wouldn't to that spot.
Yeah.
And you were a little upset.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
You were heated.
Yeah. Like.
So what you say?
I gave him a piece of my mind, and to be honest, Your Honor, it wasn't that peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then, did you key his car when he went inside?
No, ma'am. 100% did not do that.
And later.
She was yelling at me to pick up the glass faster. So I was nervously doing that, and while I was doing, I cut my hand.
Justice with Judge Mablean. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Joseph Cantalone, who is suing Freddie Figington for property damage.
Now, you want to give me your proof?
Yes.
In terms of your word?
Yes, I would like to.
And see if I believe what you had to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I can tell you the same thing. You don't have any proof.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So tell me what you had to say.
So, like you said, it was Saturday. I was running late for a weekend practice. I'm a high school coach at our local high school. And, you know, it's packed. Everybody's just like,
Okay, the store is packed, folks trying to get in, parking lots are scarce. I got the picture. Just go to that board and tell me where you were and then when you saw him.
All right.
And if you saw his car.
Yeah, so I asked the elderly lady if she was leaving, and she said yeah, and she said I could take her spot. So she goes and she walks in. She takes like almost eternity to get in, but she eventually gets in, and as she's pulling out, unfortunately, she turns in my way. Mm-hmm. He sees me. I've had my blinker on here. I've been over there.
You don't know if he saw you.
Right. So he pulls in, you know, takes the spot.
And he pulled into her spot.
Yeah, and I believe this was like a young man who came out afterwards.
And then that person moved.
And then that person moved.
And you went into that spot.
Yeah.
And you were a little upset.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
You were heated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
So what you say?
I gave him a piece of my mind, and to be honest, Your Honor, it wasn't that peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then, did you key his car when he went inside?
No, ma'am. 100% did not do that.
Well, I understand you all took a lie detector test. Who took the test? Both of you?
I took the test, Your Honor.
Oh, you took the lie detector test. Okay, let me see then. And of course, you say you deny it, that you didn't do that.
Yes, ma'am.
And the results are here. Well, according to the lie detector test, when asked, did you scratch Mr. Joseph Cantalone's car, the answer is no. And according to the lie detector, it's 100% true. His answer.
Your Honor, I'm not an expert, but like I know that lie detector tests can lie, and I did not know that. No. I mean, how accurate is that? And like,
again,
what was the question again?
I don't know, but since you didn't see him key it, and you believe that he keyed it. He says I didn't key it.
Well,
None of those other people tell me that he keyed it, so how do I know who keyed it? Well, and that's why we had him take the lie detector test.
Your Honor, Your Honor,
Your Honor, like I'm thinking right now about like what specifically the question was, because I know that like the way that you interpret the question can affect it, and so it's like
I didn't interpret. I'm not the expert in terms of lie detector tests.
No, but you said the question was, did you scratch it?
The question specifically was, did you scratch Mr. Joseph Cantalone's car? The answer, no. 100% truth.
I mean, can he be thinking, that he didn't do it, he didn't scratch it when he pulled in, and
no,
so that's a clean no? I mean, I don't think that's conclusive,
I didn't take the test. I didn't administer the test. I didn't hire the lie detector test person. The court hired the person. They are officers of the court to try to resolve this. That's what it says. I tell you now, my gut tells me he did. That's what I feel. I really, because he was so upset and he was so angry about it.
And I don't take
My gut
pictures.
tells me he did. But because there were still people in that, both of those cars, there was that person in the dark red car was still there when you went inside.
But I was further away from them,
No,
and
but
I've been there 5 years, and nothing's ever happened. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
You haven't given me proof beyond the preponderance of the evidence that he keyed your car. So I can tell you got to turn it into insurance.
I think my whole point is that like this man was furious with me.
You know what? Let me tell you. Hold on a second. Let me tell you something. I just experienced the same thing recently, and I was furious as well. But I didn't key the woman's car, and the reason I didn't key the woman's car is because I didn't want to get myself in trouble because I'm furious. And when you're doing stuff like that on the parking lot, you don't know who's watching. You really don't. And anyone could have taken a picture of me on social media and said, this saw me key in the car, and heard later on the social media, or, you know, that you're looking for the person who keyed the car. And it does happen. And he may have wanted to, and he may have been angry, but I don't have the proof that he did it. Now, since you walked away and went into the store, you didn't have to go into the store.
When he was yelling at me, he was so mad, and like I knew like...
So why then couldn't you just walk away and stand over somewhere a little bit and see?
Me? Why couldn't I walk?
You walked on up to the store. You could have stood by and watched.
I mean, Your Honor, like, they're kind of strict about when you got to come in, and like I didn't have so much leeway.
But you went out after your break. I don't know what could have happened.
I mean, I don't think that's a good rule that I can't like come in 15 minutes late and then stay 15 minutes later. But they're super strict about that.
Okay.
And,
well,
I did everything
I don't have enough proof.
But I mean, if I feel like if we question this guy more, like
Mr. Cataloni. That's why we did the lie detector test. I don't have enough proof. Judgment for the defendant.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I don't care what that lie detector test said. I know you keep my car, man.
Hey, justice prevailed, and karma's a 5-letter word.
Coming up.
Why you don't want to pay her medical?
Well, as I see it, like, why should I? Like, she's the one who dropped the waist. She's the one who cut herself.
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. Kuvari Potter is suing Leah Ollie in the amount of $1,000. Ms. Potter claims Ms. Ollie told her to remove her cleaning gloves to wash a crystal vase and says it shattered, injuring her as a result. Ms. Ollie is countersuing for $500.
This is the matter of Kuvari Potter versus Leah Ollie. And Ms. Potter, you're suing for $1,000 for your medical deductible as a result of an injury. You're countersuing Ms. Ollie for $500 for the cost of a broken vase.
Yes.
Okay, now tell me what happened.
I'm here to sue Ms. Leah for my injury, which happened in her house while I was cleaning her house. I have cleaned all the rooms and all the places. Finally, I came to the small half bathroom, and I finished that, and while I was packing my stuff, suddenly she was asking me a small favor that she wants me to clean the flower vase which was in the living room. So I just took it, and I was about to clean, and she's interfered me, and she said, don't use gloves, because if you use gloves, you just finished the bathroom. And I took the flower vase in the kitchen, and in the sink I was trying to scrub it, but unfortunately it fell down. I lost my grip, and it fell down in the sink, and it broke. And she was yelling at me to pick up the glass faster. So I was nervously doing that, and while I was doing, I cut my hand. And she asked me, oh, my flower was gone, so I need that, so please go away, get away, like that. She insulted me so much. I went to my car and get into the hospital and do the first aid, and I was treating well. But I don't want to pay my medical insurance to pay this, because I don't want to pay more on my premium. So it is not my fault, it is an accident. And she's without humanity, she treated me so badly. I felt very sad. That's why I brought this into your court.
Okay. Why you don't want to pay her medical?
Well, why should I? Like, she's the one who dropped the waist. She's the one who cut herself. She's the one who messed my house with blood.
Coming up.
And she thinks that she breaks the vase, she messes my house, and I should pay for it. Like, I just don't get it.
You don't?
No.
Let me help you get it.
Okay.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Kuvari Potter, who is suing Leah Ollie for medical expenses.
After she broke the vase, she had blood where?
Yeah, well, I have pictures about the mess if you want to see.
Okay.
And also the vase. Okay, I just want to point out about the vase. Like,
about what?
The vase, the crystal vase.
Oh, okay, you're saying vase in it, okay.
So,
woo, my goodness.
Yeah, and she thinks that she breaks the vase, she messes my house, and I should pay for it. Like, I just don't get it.
You don't?
No.
Let me help you get it.
Okay.
Let me help you get it. When she's in your house working and cleaning your house, she's on employment status. When she's in your house working, you're supposed to have workers' compensation insurance. When she's in your house working and she gets injured, she's in your house and you also have homeowners insurance. So you can turn all that into your homeowners insurance or your workers' comp insurance. And I know that you were following the law and had the insurance and was paying her like you're supposed to pay her, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the big deal?
Because I think she's kind of freelancer. Like
you may call it freelance, but that's not what the law calls it.
Okay, but she has also insurance in her company, so.
And that's what she did. She paid part of it, but now she had a deductible as well. It's your turn to contribute. You are working this woman. She's not your friend. She's not visiting. And even if she were a visitor, she's covered under your homeowner's insurance.
But what about my vase? I mean,
what about your vase? It's broken.
Yeah, but who's going to?
It's an accident.
Yeah, so should I go?
Your insurance covers it.
So I have to go back to Italy to get another one?
Go to Italy, go to Japan, go to wherever you want to go.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
When you hire people to come into your house to work and they break things, if they had to pay for everything people break when they come into your house to work, you might as well not hire. Because you assume a risk when you hire someone to work, to clean, to touch your items that they're going to get broken. She wasn't moving it, she's cleaning it. You know there's an inherent risk in something getting broken. The only way you do prevent someone else from breaking your items in your home is you wash it and clean it yourself. But that's the risk of having a housekeeper. That's not the first time you've had something broken. That's not the first housekeeper you've had to break something.
No, I've had very good housekeeper before, but she had to leave to another country.
Okay, well.
And she never broke anything. So.
Well, it's called life. She didn't break anything. You've been blessed. This time something got broken. You got to pay for it. It's called life, honey. Live with it. Pay the woman her money. $1,000 for the plaintiff. Defendant's claim is denied.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,000.
I got justice today, but it was an accident.
I'll give you your money, but you are definitely fired.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.